Good afternoon. It's a good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friends, my brothers and sisters. Obviously, all you Eritreans. Today, I got really kind of a summary, my main points. So before that, I just want to show you. But I mean, this slavery business as an economics base for the nations, like what was happening even more worse in Europe. So you have slavery in Prague, slavery, all this Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia, in the Russian area, Black Sea, everywhere. Then just came back to Africa. But before that, I just want to show you this really very interesting diagram of this expansion of the caliphate. So you have this kind of like very red towards purple. So that's the expansion of the caliphate. So you have the Muhammad, which is more bit red, but in a more and the other one is the Rashidun Caliphate. Okay, so this is the Rashidun Caliphate. So the first one is the expansion of the Caliphate. So you have, this is the Muhammad. Okay, so this Muhammad is all the Saudi Arabia, Yemen, so Eritrea is here, there's nothing. So then you got the Rashidun Caliphate. Okay, do you see the Rashidun Caliphate? Can you see me? So this Rashidun Caliphate, you go all the countries like the Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, all the way up to the north, and it goes all the way to the east, and he got towards North Africa as well. Okay, then you got the Umayyad Caliphate. So the Umayyad Caliphate is this kind of like this orange. So you got from North Africa, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, and you got in Spain, south of Spain. So that's when it comes this Cordoba, Grenada, all this caliphate of in Spain. So that's the Umayyad Caliphate. Okay, and you got towards Asia, far east kind of thing, all the way to Malaysia, all this area. So that's Umayyad. Okay, very interesting, because I never understood how their differences. So you got the Muhammad, just to reiterate. So you got the purplish kind of red is the Muhammad area, and the Rashid is more red, but kind of like just towards more red, lower red. And the other one is the Umayyad Caliphate. So you got this Spain, North Africa, and the south of the Mediterranean countries. And the other one is, I just want to show you today, I will speak a very important point about the slavery, the trade. So you got this Prague slave trade. Okay, so this was mainly done by the Jewish traders, and I will put the link. So you got all these lists so that you can see, so this is my point today that I just want to speak. Let me just, I don't know, the camera is just making it upside down in case because it just plays tricks. So this are the links. I got the links for slave trade in the Persian Gulf, Prague slave trade. You got the Ibrahim Ibn Yaqubi saying how the trade was operated in Prague. Medina al-Zahra, slavery in Andulis. So that's how we got our city, Adulis. They used to call it in Arabic, Azuli, Al-Madinat al-Azuli. So I think that's how we got the name in Adulis in Eritrea, from this Mediterranean south of Spain area, the Caliphate, Arab Caliphate. So you got the Khazar slave trade, okay? So you got the Volga Bulgarian trade, and you got the Bukhara slave trade and Black Sea slave trade. So I'll show you as a sample the Qajar harem in Iran, the Persian. So that's where they took all the women there, like, you know, one slave holder, you go like, you know, maybe 200, maybe thousands of women, and, you know, he's got a lot of kids from them. So they call this harem, okay? Qajar harem, just as a sample. So you got slavery in Saudi Arabia. So all this Saudi Arabia is built on slave trade labor, you know. So because labor was economics, means of economics in the past. We never had the industrial revolution, we never had manufacturing, we never had motorized kind of thing. So you have to use slave labor, okay? Labor means power, the energy. So you take them into your farm everywhere, you know, domestic house, for reproduction, having kids, everything. So that's slavery in Saudi Arabia. That's the main one. So you got slavery in Yemen, you got slavery in Red Sea. So now you got the modern one, migrant workers in the United Arab Emirates. They got what they call the kafala system, but even though it's advanced. So you got the Kazakh Khanata as well, from the Caucasus area of like Georgia, Armenia, all that kind of stuff. So you got the slavery in ancient Egypt, but the slaves in the ancient Egypt, they were getting paid, you know. They used to call them corvée. So they were getting paid. So you got the Baluchi people, between Pakistan and Iran. So you got slavery in Palestine, slavery in Jordan. So, like, you know, I'll give you some idea about the casino, how the name came. So the Saracen. So Saracen is the name the Italians, you know, or the Mediterranean people used to call the Northern Africans, like Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia, like, you know. So obviously, Sarake, it came from Sarake, means like a thief, like, you know, someone just, like, you know, marauders and takes everything, and, you know, I think it takes the name Sarake. I don't know how they put it, because Sarake is the Hurrian word, and I don't know whether they took it from Arabic or something. So what they were saying was our mom was Sarah, Abraham's wife. So I think that's how it came, Saracen, and the Arab, the Mediterranean people, they used to call them Saracens, you know. And you got the Monte Cairo in Italy. I don't know, maybe that's how the Cairo in Egypt got the name. So you got Monte Cassino. Lombards are these people, are Germanic people who were going to Italy and, you know, just taking everything. So the emirs of Granada, you got in Cordoba in Spain. And okay, so today, guys, today I will speak about the slave trade, because this is really slave trade being done by the Jewish people, you know, that we our faith is more to do with Judaism, you know, we Eritreans, and that's very important, because I want to say more about this thing, you know, because number one is related to what's currently going on, and, you know, and this is very related. So, because this is very important, like they were saying, this slave trade from Prague slave trade. So the Jewish people were taking all these European slaves from Prague, you know, from all of Central and in Czech Republic, all Slav people. So they were taking all the slaves from Europe and taking them to Andalusia, you know, in Spain. So they were taking some pagans, people who haven't got a faith, and so they take them from Prague and they sell them in Andalusia, okay? And from Andalusia, they bring the Christian slaves, maybe, and pagans, and they sell them in Prague. That's really serious trade, my friend, you know. You have to have a lot of skill to do that. So the Jewish people being in the middle of between Christian and Muslims, like, you know, they were free goers. It's really clever people, like, you know. So now today we got these people like, what's his name? This guy, Eritrean guy, telling us, we are Yehudawenina, like, we are Jew kind of thing, this, what's his name? Eob, this Eob movement, Agazian movement, Eob, Tzien Eob, the short guy. He is telling us a lot of, propaganda kind of thing, telling us like, we Jewish people, everything. Obviously, like, this is trade, my friend. When I say that, of course, we are Africans, my friend, okay? Our faith has got a lot of Judaism, and that's natural. And we Christians, my friend, okay? We got friends everywhere, my friend. Whole of Europe, the whole of Latino people, now they Christians, my friend. The whole Italiano people, the whole Africans, my friend. In Middle East, a lot of Arab Egyptians, So this slave, this is because somehow this is intellectually to try to people getting confused, So this is slave thing, my friend, okay? So these people, obviously, what I was saying, traditionally, the slave traders, according to the slaves in Prague, and transporting them to the slave market in Andulis are said to have been by the merchant, by the Radanite merchants. These are kind of Jewish different branch of the clans. So these were the people who are responsible for selling all these slaves, bringing them from Prague all the way from Europe. Then they sell them to Andulis in Spain, south of Spain. Yes, it's Muslim Caliphate, one of the three caliphates, as I told you, Rashidin, the Muad'Did, and so this is Muhammadan. So this is one of the caliphates, very strong nation, Arab nation. So they were selling them in the market. So from Prague, they sell them to Andulis in Muslim world, dirham or real, my friend. Adena ya habibi, shekel is Israeli dollar or pound or sterling or euro now. So they sell them there, and from south of Spain, all the people, they bring them there, and they sell them in Prague. Like, you have to have a lot of genius to kind of coordinating this, this is so, that was the trade in the past, people cost money because they lever, they go power, they energy, they till the land, if they are a woman, a very beautiful woman, some Muslim mullahs or all these people, very powerful people, they just take them to their harem, and they got so many thousands of kids, so they're gonna be soldiers. So soldiers in the past were being bought from everywhere. So when you want to create a war, you buy slaves from Prague, and you got mercenary soldiers in Andulis Caliphate, you just shoot everyone, then you create that big empire, you bring the prisoners of war, women, kids, then you put them into your harem, and you go so many thousands of kids after kids, my friend. So that's the kind of thing. Saudi Arabia is based on that. So this thing, because this got me really interesting, because this this guy, Eob, is a very dangerous guy. All this ASEAN movement thing, he just brainwashing our kids, because our kids are not taught. We don't have good educational system in our country, my friend. They just easily follow him, easily. Little argument with one Muslim guy, switch off, and they become fundamentalist, kind of really radical people. So this guy, he gets them, he gets into their brain. He tells them, hey, my friend, we are Yehuda, Judaism, my friend. My friend, that's slave trade, my friend, okay? So this, you are selling your own people, my friend, okay? We are Africans, my friend, okay? Our faith is Judaism, yeah. Christianity is Judaism as well. Even the Muslims, the whole fundamental of the Bible, we got it from, it's this mixture of Greek philosophy, Greek wisdom, and the ancestors of the Jewish people. They are all the patriarchs, and it's not something it's just human nature, because we just borrow from there we borrow from there, and being we Africans, like, you know, obviously we could have been intermixed with everyone, like, you know, from the Mediterranean people, and the Mediterranean people coming with the Africans, like, you know, we just become so beautiful people, my friend, and you radicalizing the young people, just giving them that really panacea, kind of like, you know, this fundamental thinking. Agaze movement. Number one, you're gonna disintegrate the whole nation, my friend. Okay. So as you can see, the Jewish people are really clever people, right? Very business minded, you know. So they are highly educated, my friend, because they've been living in Europe for over 2,000 years, and they know every country's language, the way how it operates. They are into science, they are into commerce, they are into religion, they are into arts, my friend, and they are in the Mediterranean country themselves. Okay. So they are near Syria, Palestine, like, you know, these people being, they know each other. So if you go to Greek or to Anduali, Spain, they are kind of like neighbors, and he just coming as, he telling us like, we are Agazian, like, you know, his sister, Amina, she's got a son from a Portuguese guy, like, you know, this guy just giving all our young people, like, you know, he just driving them like crazy, my friend. And so just reading this, the Jewish slave trade, kind of like, you know, this circle, how it was operating. So while Christians were not allowed to enslave Christian, and Muslims are not allowed to enslave Muslims, the Jewish slave traders had the advantage of the religious borders and supply Muslim slaves to the Christian world, and Christian slaves to the Muslim world. Very clever, you know. We're kind of like this middle people. They are middle, like, you know, they just know how to manage the whole logistic, the whole system of you shuffle and reshuffle, you take from that place into the other place. And because they don't know each other, they don't know how to speak the language, like, you know, they just lost. Because if you dumb and stupid, you don't know, my friend. Like, but if you clever, if they send you to Spain, hey, como estás, my friend, you speak the language and they tell you, hey, you are my friend, you Christian, me too, my friend. And like, you know, when you go to Italy, they say it, Italy, hey, allora, like, because you speak the language, like, you know, they cannot sell it there, like, you know, all the Italians are gonna be your brothers and sisters. One beautiful Italian woman is gonna be your girlfriend, like, he's gonna give you a boy, like, or girl, like, you are Italian. If you go to Ethiopia, like, you know, because you speak the language, and there's no guy shit, and you go back, nature so we, because yeah, I'm sort of like, what is this shit, and you know, እንደዚህ ያደርጋል። አንተማ ወንድማችን ክርስቲያን አይደለም፣ like they tell you, like, you are one of us, you are our brother. How come did they sell you, like, you know, because you brothers, and you know, and if they sell you to maybe Algeria or Morocco or Tunisia, like, you know, because you speak the Arabic language, and they sell you like, كيف الحال يا حبيبي يا أخي أنت شوف أنت أنا يا مجنون where you, my friend? I'm from Eritrea, my friend. And this guy sold me like a slave. We here. Majnun. Hada kafir, like, you know, they kill and they become your friends and they cannot sell it, like, because you know the language. And if they sell it to the United States, to America, so, like, you know, you tell them, hi pal, how you doing, my friend? How you doing, pal? Where you from, my friend? I'm a guy from Eritrea, and this guy brought me as a slave, and this will, how dare you are one of us, my friend. You speak English. You are, like, you know, and they give you that really beautiful blonde woman, or maybe some black girl, like, you know, hey baby, come on, man. Where did he get him from? He got me from Eritrea, from a village while I was just tending my cows and my sheep, like, you know. Hey, stupid, man, slavery is already gone. You shouldn't have done it, like, you know. Hey, we're gonna kick him out, like, you know. You become your friends, like, you know. So the slavery is gone forever, but, like, you know, these people using this kind of thing, like, you know, hacking our young people, like, into this kind of mental slavery, like, you know, this is really serious thing, my friend, and we have to put kind of like a rein to kind of like, you know, train our kids. So this thing, by the way, you're gonna get this thing in the link I put you already on that. So to contrast so this was going with the Viking as well. The Vikings, like, you know, all these people from the Nordic countries, from Ireland, like, you know, they were being taken from Ireland, and you know, and so they were being taken as slaves to Prague. So they bring sold in Prague, in Andualis, like, very amazing, man. There was serious thing before Christianity came. I think after Christianity came, things got more civilized things, like, but this is how serious it was. Slavery was worse in Europe than in Africa, as you can see, like, but obviously they become more organized and they made it big industry, like millions of African Americans, and to the New World, Brazil, everywhere. But I just want to put a conclusion, because I just want to give you some kind of like a really sample, saying, like, all the Jewish people are clean and they never had such kind of iniquity, like, my friend, they've been involved in that as well, like, and they are like everybody else, and so we being having a lot of Jewish faith background from Eritrea and Ethiopia, like, we are really proud of it, my friend. Okay, but at the same time, our identity is Eritrean, my friend. We're not slaves, we are masters of our land, our mind, our faith, everything. We really look down and despise slavery really hard, my friend. Never, my friend. Okay, so this guy, this Tzfat or whatever, he's just really tiny, this kind of thing. Like, he's just, we are Yehuda and we are Jewish, kind, my friend. Hey, we got a lot of Jewish people, Jewish faith in our Bible, because the Jewish people kept the records, and and then people translated from that Jewish oral history that they recorded from their ancestors, and they added a bit of kind of like this philosophical wisdom from Greek thinking. All these philosophers, like people like Plato, Socrates, all this from the Hellenic area, and because Greek civilization was one of the very important in the shaping of the whole world, and we just mix it and borrow from the same thing like today, and so this fundamental kind of thinking all these things, like this Arab slavery, my friend. We not Arabs as well, but we speak Arab, because we are neighbors and brothers and sisters. Genetically wise, as you can see, the Arabs, the Yemen people, they used to call them Sabians. We Eritreans, Ethiopians, the whole area used to be Sabanis, okay? Queen Sheba, Sab, even the name Sab. Sab means Tigrinya, Sab means human being, came from Saba, from Sabians. So it's not only Queen Saba, it's wrong. The whole area used to be called Sabians, okay? So after that came into this Damot civilization. I think the center was in Yeha. So you got all these Akologuzai, Hamasin, Sarai, a bit of Tigray and everything. Like, so this Sabian Saba, like, so we are kind of like interrelated each other with the Yemen people, with the Arab, kind of like obviously the Yemeni people and the Arab Saudi Arabia used to be kind of the same thing. So the whole thing, we are genetically, anthropologically, no different, my friend. Okay, we are just brothers and sisters. Now in this century, trying to implement this kind of slavery thing, my friend, someone needs to get kicking, So that's kind of like a summary, because I've been dwelling on this for so long, and it has to an end, because I just want to make a conclusion, and I will put the links for you guys so that you can see and read what's happening. Just to show you again. So these are the links. I don't know how I can put it, like, just to show, because the camera sometimes plays up. Okay, so this is how it is. I'm gonna put the whole link so that you can follow it up. I'm not just making it up. So as you can see, this is how it is. Let me just take it. Okay, and this one so that you can follow the link. Yeah, are you following it? So this is the kind of conclusion. So you go on slavery in Saudi Arabia. Well, Saudi Arabia is founded on slave labor. Okay, slavery in Yemen, slavery in Jordan, slavery in Palestine, slavery in Egypt. What was slavery everywhere, my friend, So it was later that came into us. But thank you very much, and I think I want to put a kind of like conclusion. And so this thing, we are native people of Eritrea, okay? You know. So this thing, slavery idea, all these people, like, you know, this, because I was very curious, especially this guy, this Tzfasian, Eob, just has completely messed up the whole landscape of Eritrea and Ethiopia with the new idea, kind of like, you know, it reconfigured, reorganization, our thought, who we are. Who are we? We've been asking a lot of things. Where Eritrea is my friend, and especially about this North African people, the Berber people, the Tunisian, the Algerian, and the Moroccan people, like this Hannibal and all the past. They used to have serious wars after wars with the Romans, and so we had a lot of links with them. I'm trying to find out the name, what they call them, what they were, their name. I think they were calling them. They had a name. So this, like, you know, so you had all the slavery, and we have, we call our service and the Moro people, Nugus Moroni, King Meroe. I think that has come from, I think, according to me, I think, as I can understand it, this is, so these are, well, obviously these people are originally from Phoenicians, like people from Lebanon and Syria, and then they came because they're seafarers, you know. They were traveling everywhere, so they came to North Africa, and so this area is the Berber people. So they settled there. So they were very famous for the purple color. Purple, you know, purple color was one of wonder color of the ancients, because number one, the color doesn't fade away, you know. So how I think what would they call them? I'm trying to find out their names. So this purple color, it was being called color of the kings. Like, you know, all the kings in the past used to wear purple dresses, and you know, so this is called Algiers. I think that's the thing, the first name of the so they come from mollusks from mollusk sea. So in order to get the color dye of one cloth, I mean, around 10,000 conches, mollusks have to die so that you have that purple color. So it was very expensive, my friend. They were very famous for it, and they were exporting to the whole globe. So you have the purple color and the blue color, and you know, then these people were famous for the what's it, the rule, what do you call it? It's the pearls as well. Like, you know, in Eritrea we call it Red Sea. We call it pearl of the Red Sea. Like, you know, so yeah, they used to call it Tyrian purple. So Tyrian is a city in Syria, now in Turkey. So these are people who came from there, Phoenicians, and you know, so people like Jordan, Lebanon. So they immigrated south to North Africa. They were very famous people, very powerful. They were really competitor to Roman Empire, and they fought all these Punic Wars, and so Hannibal